Folks, it's great to have you on our conference tonight, our seminar tonight. We're talking about overcoming objections, and last week we indeed talked about some of the principles involved in overcoming objections. And tonight we're going to take a look at some of the specific objections that we might get and various ways to address them. I've got a little story here. It's called Easy Exam. A professor stood before his class of 30 senior biology students about to hand out the final exam. I could just imagine that. I remember my biology class, and I was not too excited about taking that final exam. I want to say that it's been a pleasure teaching you this semester. I know you've all worked extremely hard, and many of you are off to medical school after summer, so that no one gets their GPA messed up because they might have been celebrating a bit too much this week. Anyone who would like to opt out of the final exam today will receive a B for the course. There was much rejoicing amongst the class as students got up and passed by the professor to thank him and sign out on his offer. As the last taker left the room, the professor looked out over a handful of remaining students and asked, "Anyone else? This is your last chance." One final student rose up and took the offer. The professor closed the door and took attendance of those students that were remaining. And he said, "I'm glad to see that you believe in yourself. You all will be getting A's." And so, isn't that great that they didn't have to take the exam anyway, but because of the belief that they had in themselves, then they were able to get that A. They were willing to take the risk. They believed that they would get the grade better than a B anyway. You know, belief is such a big part of our network marketing business. We have to believe in the products. We have to believe in our company. We have to believe in the compensation plan that we work. We have to believe even in the business of network marketing. And even though it's sometimes challenging to believe in the industry, we have to understand what the industry is and be able to teach people about our belief in the network marketing business to the extent that we can demonstrate to them that our particular program is one that deserves that belief and that we, in fact, are going to be able to show people how that they can make money in the business of network marketing. I was over helping to set up some chairs and tables at our church. There was a young lady that was a handicapped lady that passed away this last week, and my wife is involved as one of those that's in charge of providing luncheon for those that come to the funeral tomorrow of the family that travel, et cetera, et cetera. And there was an occasion, I was sitting down, a friend of mine walked in, and he started visiting, was asking how he was doing. And I said, "Hey, I'm doing just great, and what you up to right now?" And so I told him that I was involved with a network marketing opportunity, that it was a nutritional product company, and we had a powerful exclusive product that he probably would be interested in. And he was interested more than in just the product. He was interested in a part-time business opportunity, and through the course of the conversation, he had talked about that he had been involved with Monavie and had taken their Monavie drink, and he says, "Hey, I just didn't have any benefits from that, and how is your program different than that?" Folks, it was being prepared and being capable of utilizing the 20 Club concept because he understands business. And I said, "Hey, here's the common sense business analysis that we need to show everybody." Once again, I used the setup of, "Hey, Dave, if you had to go find a job, heaven forbid, what would be one of the know from your employer before you went to work for him?" And he says, "Well, I wonder how much they're going to pay me." And that's what 99% of people are going to respond with in one way or another when you throw that out. So you're setting up the idea that you also need to learn how you're going to get paid in the network marketing business before you join. The 20 Club concept is the most powerful thing that people who want to make money in the business can learn. I'll demonstrate how powerful it is, and I'll demonstrate how an understanding of the industry really works well. All this relates to overcoming objections, folks, because it ties into visiting with people. I said, you know, you said you tried the Monavie product and you were taking a look at the business opportunity. And I'll bet you right now that you were not given an appropriate explanation of the compensation plan about how you were going to be able to make money. He thought for a second, and he said, you know what, you're right. They did not do that. There were no details on how we were going to be able to make money. I says, well, that's one of the big challenges of business and network marketing. Let me show you a surefire way that you will never get in trouble with any network marketing program. It's called the 20 Club concept. 4 people first level and 16 on the second, so you got these 20 people. They each do 100 of volume you get paid on, and that's probably like buying a month's supply of product. And now we take that $2,000 of volume that's being produced by those 20 each, and a part-timer can go get 4 people and build this little group. He says, yeah, I think that they can. Well, we take XYZ network marketing company, we take their compensation plan, and we apply that against the $2,000 of volume that's created in that manner, and it comes out to be a certain figure, $500, $400, and now we're able to compare XYZ network marketing to that, company to that, because their bonus check might be $100 on that. And so you can see that on the same $2,000 of volume, one company pays out several $100, another company pays out only $100. The difference is design, but it makes all the difference in the world for the part-time distributor. Now, in the case of Mona V, you know that it's a binary, and so you can still use the basic ideas of this common sense analysis because there's a company out there that's called USANA. I like to use it because it's pretty straightforward. You put 10 people down the left leg and 10 down the right. You got $1,000 of volume in each leg. There's your $2,000, and USANA is going to pay you $200. And so why would you want to work for the lesser amount of money? And one of the challenges with the binary program is you have to balance the legs. If you had $1,800 of volume in the left leg with USANA and only $200 in the right leg, they're not going to pay you anything because you have to balance the legs at a certain level before you get paid. So, folks, that's talking to somebody about a powerful compensation program, a great company, and demonstrating with actual numbers the difference between the pay plans, and then you get the attention, and then you can talk more about the company, and then you can talk more about the product. And of course, I gave him a website to go to, and he's going to be checking that out. And he had some folks that would be interested in the product, and he said, you know, if my friend down there in Texas really, I'm going to show him this product. And if he has an interest in it, then I think I would just jump as a distributor and I would sponsor the fellow. And so in that course of a casual conversation that I just made sure to not avoid the topic of talking about what I was doing, and then I'm prepared to make that presentation. Then I have a great prospect here, and I feel pretty strong that I'm going to be able to have some good work with this fellow and be able to do business with him, and he knows a lot of folks that he can obviously create customers and other business partners. Our great educator Thomas Monson said, when the time for performance has come, the time for preparation is past. And that so applies to the concept of objections. It's not that you have to learn every objection that comes out there. But, you know, I've done a detailed study on objections. And in fact, I've put together a study to the extent that I thought it was kind of interesting as I did this study. I would take a look at the objection section that many of the network marketing companies would provide to their people. And, you know, some had 3 or 4 objections. That was typical to overcome. Others might have as many as 6 or 7, and they would give you a way to overcome that. Well, in my study, I accumulated over 30 different objections that were very typical. Certainly 15 of them are extremely common. And I took a look at these 30 different objections, and some of them have 4 or 5 or 7 different responses. Others have 2 or 3. But the sum total of responses to these 30 objections is there's over 100 responses to them. And so these are typical objections and ways to overcome them. It's a great study, and I'm going to tune this up and make it available in the members area of the website so that you can have that help in terms of working with your specific program. I'll just throw out the first objection that's thrown out here that we hear when we are talking with people that might not have as much information or experience about network marketing than with those that are trying the business and looking for a viable opportunity. The objection is this a pyramid scheme? Or they might throw out, are pyramids illegal? Pyramids are illegal, and I don't want to do a pyramid scheme. Well, the first response could go something like this, and I find this very powerful because lots of times you can handle it just by asking the question, well, what's your definition of a pyramid? And then you wait for them to respond to that, because in many cases with this pyramid issue, they've just heard that said before, and they don't really understand what a pyramid is. I've had people give an explanation of a pyramid where they would say that, well, gee, I guess the government is like a pyramid. You start with the president, and it comes down, and then you've got all the citizenry. I guess a corporation, if you took a look at it with the CEO, board of directors, and then you see that's like a pyramid. And so it's very easy then to follow up with their own definition of a pyramid by saying, those are not illegal pyramids, then are they? So there are illegal pyramids out there. It just happens to be that a legitimate network marketing opportunity, although sometimes described as an illegal pyramid scheme, if it's a legal network marketing program, then it's not an illegal pyramid scheme. I would never get involved with something that was an illegal pyramid scheme. And so just by asking what their idea of what a pyramid is, sometimes you can get out of the problem. I might go on and say, most large corporations, the government, and yes, network marketing is built in like a pyramid. If you're talking about a large base to an organization of people, and that it all started under the management of or control of just a few at the top, then that is the description of a pyramid. If you were to draw a diagram of a pyramid, then that's the way it would be. It'd be like a large triangle with the base at the bottom of it. But when properly done, network marketing is legal. My company is certainly a legal network marketing company. Here's a second response. I also started out by asking, what is a pyramid scheme? And sometimes people will respond back, well, I don't know. And so then you would have to understand that a pyramid scheme, and you would say this, a pyramid scheme has a certain characteristic. Like there would be a large startup cost, there would be a no buyback policy on products, there would be costly training classes or training materials, there would be no real products involved, there is no enrollment fee, there's no big large startup cost to get started in my network marketing program. My program has a 100% guarantee on the products, it's got a buyback policy. There are no expensive training sessions. In fact, we have training sessions that are provided by our distributor support organizations that are free. You just tap into those sessions, and it's free training. And so I think you can see that when you understand some of the characteristics of an illegal pyramid, that the company that I'm represented certainly is not filled with those characteristics. In our company, the products are tremendous. They get results. I'm really excited about the fact that we have an exclusive product to offer to people. I personally would never get involved in a pyramid scheme or anything that was illegal. I wouldn't share anything with you that was illegal. Network marketing is a legitimate business. And so then you have to test the waters, and you have to feel how they're coming along with that. Most of the conversations that I've had about pyramid have ended up not being a problem at all when they understand what's going on. Sometimes people talk about the money games and gifting programs and this travel type deal that they were involved with, or a prepaid calling card program that they are classifying as a pyramid scheme because they got hurt in that. I was talking with a fellow last night in my prospecting activities, and he was saying that he wanted to have an ongoing residual income in a stable, solid network marketing program. I asked, because here we're trying to find out, it's a give and take, and he was open to talk and was comfortable, and I asked, well, what companies have you done in the past? And he proceeded to describe a gifting type program where they didn't use Social Security numbers, and it was just cash that was sent around, and I inquired, and what happened to it? He says, well, the state came in and they put it out of business, and wow, lots of people lost a lot of money, and there's a few people that made a lot of money. And I says, well, yeah, that's a typical money game type program. It's an illegal gifting program. They're not legal, even if though people want to promote them as being legal, and of course that's not going to stay around. And he went through a couple other type of programs that he had been involved with that were clearly not ongoing, long-lasting, good, solid product companies with a residual income opportunity for the long term. It finally got down to the point where I said, you know, you're going to need to alter your choosing of companies. You're going to need to find out a way to do appropriate due diligence so that you check out the company and you get a good track record and you can validate that they've been in business for a number of years so that you know that they'll stay in business for a number of years. You're going to have to take a look at the products, and certainly in the gifting program there was no product, and hopefully you've learned from some of these escapades that you've been in that are you really looking for something that's going to be here 5 years, 7 years, and 10 years from now? Because if you are, you've got to change how you're choosing your company. Obviously, the compensation plan, you need to evaluate that, and I'd love to teach you a way to do that. That would be simple, straightforward, and based upon good business analysis. Have you ever heard of what's called the 20 Club? And then, lastly, we need to talk about a distributor support organization that would be able to provide training and support and even direction and help you with your prospects and your new business partners' prospects, so that there's ongoing conference calls are a great way to provide that training, and you need to have that kind of a program to support you in your effort. Now, that's what you're going to have to look for, and hey, listen, here's a website. I want you to check this out, and then I'm going to call you up in a couple days and see how you feel about what you're taking a look at. Then I gave him a specific assignment to take a look at on the website. This fellow, even though he had been involved in pyramid schemes, in money games, and in programs that were not operated on a legal basis, even though they look like they might be a legal network marketing company, he's caught up in the pyramid scheme concept of not being willing to choose a solid program to get involved with. Here's another response to this pyramid scheme. No, this is not a pyramid scheme. It's not illegal. Illegal pyramid schemes don't concentrate on selling a product. There's heavy emphasis on recruiting for the opportunity. Hey, my company is a legitimate network marketing company. The company distributes high-quality products through its distributor network. Sometimes, folks, you've got to step up when you're overcoming objections, and you've got to just speak the true facts to people. So many folks out there, as they do the business and network marketing, they're just expressing opinions, and you've got to make sure that you express your opinion. Now, we're not trying to get into any arguments with people, and certainly my conversation last night with this fellow was not argumentative at all. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to enlighten. I'm trying to let this fellow know why he's had such bad success in keeping and retaining a distributor organization. All right, here's a second objection that you might hear. Here's the objection. Oh, my goodness, this just sounds too good to be true. Well, here's your response. Now, listen to this. I'm incorporating to this response the Fielfeld-Found technique that we talked about last week. Response to, this sounds too good to be true. I know how you feel. I felt the same way as I compared it to my previous network marketing experiences. And I did research and found that the compensation plan indeed is simple and it's designed to help the part-time networker have success in making money. The products are truly outstanding, and in fact they're exclusive and they provide tremendous results. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes time and energy to make it happen, but it's true and it is good. You see, they're saying that it sounds too good to be true. I'm coming back and I'm expressing, hey, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. What I found was, and now you have to teach and you have to present the facts of what you found. You're teaching, you're selling, you're giving your opinions based upon the facts. And some folks, because of the industry propaganda and the hype, and then they see the benefits of a strong, powerful, compressed compensation plan, they often think that it's too good to be true, that a part-time distributor could earn that kind of a bonus override on so few people. This sounds too good to be true. Another response. You know, perhaps I understand why you make that kind of an observation. Most part-time networkers have not been able to generate a positive cash flow from their efforts. While so many people would like you to believe that it is a lack of training, or that timers are lazy and don't work, or it's because of poor products, that is not the primary case. We are different in our program, and this is not too good to be true. It still takes a commitment of time and financial resources. But take another look at how simple the concept of the 20 Club is. Understanding that cash flow concept and how it compares to other programs, you'll see that this is truly believable. You know, it's really interesting about this sounds too good to be true. The industry at large often creates challenges. It's too good. This sounds just too good to be true. Response. You know, I'm really delighted that you are cautious. You must be very wary of all the hype and misinformation and the unreal propaganda that is used by so many people and distributors in the industry today. I hope that our realistic approach and common sense practices make this seem unreal compared to the other programs. We have a powerful exclusive product that is real. You can check out that very real support that I've talked about. It's available on our website. The company information is presented. The comp plan is straightforward. It's presented in detail. This is not too good to be true. If you will take the time to do your appropriate due diligence, and you know what due diligence is. It means that you want to check it out. You want to go through what I refer to as a discovery process of research and investigation. You discover the facts and the information. And then the last part of that discovery process is to evaluate and to make an analysis in 4 critical areas: the company, the product, the compensation, and in the support organization. You see, folks, you'll learn some of these basic principles that we teach in other seminars in network marketing. You're finding that you utilize these in overcoming the various objections that come to bear. Obviously, this study that I've done on overcoming objections and listing many objections is powerful. It's like a textbook, actually. It's a serious chapter in a textbook. And it's a great personal development tool for those that are trying to increase their capabilities in the business of network marketing. Here's another objection that I've heard that I'm sure that you've heard. This objection I'm sure that you've heard in the past. Is this selling? Or you might have heard, do I have to sell? Now, one of the great ways to deal with some of these objections, obviously, is to ask a question. Earlier, I used it on pyramid schemes. Well, what is a pyramid scheme? What's your idea of a pyramid scheme? is this selling? Do I have to sell? Well, do you like selling? And then you listen to their answer, because many people do like to sell. They say, yes, I do like to sell. Well, you're going to love this program then. Do you like selling? And then they say, no, they don't like selling. Well, then you're going to like our program, because it's as simple as telling someone about a good restaurant or a good movie. A difference is that you can earn money by sharing a good idea with others. Many people in the network marketing business call it sharing. I certainly believe that it's marketing. You know, the business is, in fact, called network marketing, and some even call it selling. You can make it just what you want it to be. If you like selling or are good at it, that will certainly help you, but it's not required. You can be successful even if you have no experience in selling. I'm very careful in overcoming the objection of, is this selling or do I have to sell? I'm very careful that I do not say, no, this is not selling. Because, folks, the reality is that the business and network marketing is selling. We're selling products. We're selling business opportunity. We're selling our company. We're selling a compensation plan. We're selling a support organization. And it is selling. I have always disdained the response, oh, no, this is not selling. This is just sharing. And I don't mind. I think it's very prudent often that we talk about the business and network marketing being sharing. But just don't tell people that it's not selling, because then we come back and we start to teach people how to close and how to sell, and then they start to feel that, gee, maybe we were lied to at the beginning of this, and I don't think we need to do that. Here's another response. You know, in the technical sense, this is selling. I take it that you have a concern about selling, but you know, this is not high-pressured, one-call closing type selling. It's certainly not like selling vacuum cleaners and encyclopedias, insurance and stocks or bonds, or cookware, cars, and those one-time close sales. It's not selling in terms of what you most likely think in a negative sense about selling. This is talking with people. It's sharing ideas. It's approaching people about getting into a business and making money. It's sharing products with people. It's talking about them. It's selling the benefits of the product. So in a way, yeah, I think it's selling, but it's not all those negative type of sellings that people certainly don't like to participate in. I don't like to be pressured by any type of a salesperson, and so we certainly don't do that. I'm also not out there retailing or selling products door to door. It's not like that at all. So, folks, you've got to teach people. You've got to educate. In some cases, you might ask about what their perception of selling, what is it you don't like about selling, and then you go on to demonstrate that we don't do those kinds of things in our network marketing selling opportunity that they don't like. Once again, you're teaching people. You're having to teach people. Unfortunately, the industry at large often makes it difficult for us because they are out there lying to people and saying, oh, no, this is not selling, this is just sharing. And so that's why I tell you to be careful about using the phrase, no, this is not selling, because clearly network marketing is selling. Another response, is this selling? Do I have to sell? Oh, well, yes, this is selling, and it's a different form of selling than what most people think about. I found that it's like a conversational sales. It's a referral type sales. I describe it as sharing a tremendous opportunity, or sharing products that I love and use every day. Network marketing has been referred to as referral marketing, and so you know what that means. That's like word of mouth advertising. Some people refer to this as a network distribution business. You know, that there's no pressure, and it's surprising how many people want to have an opportunity to make money, and they haven't had selling experience either. but they are successful at networking, talking to people, making referrals, contacting, and sharing ideas and sharing products with people. So you can see, folks, that overcoming objections is a commitment to teaching people. Somebody says, is this selling? It's not going to suffice, and you're not going to overcome the objection if you just say, well, no, this is not selling, this is sharing. Well, I like to call it sharing. It is selling, but we refer to it as sharing. That's not good enough. You've got to have the wherewithal to talk about the ideas, and you get into your mentality, referral marketing, distribution business, sharing ideas, teaching concepts, word-of-mouth advertising, marketing, and then you put that into a story, if you will, as you teach people and overcome the objections. Sometimes, as we talked about last week, objections are false objections. It's not that the people are lying to you, it's just that it's a false objection because they don't really know that they want to commit, and so they throw out a false objection. A false objection that I always found really interesting, in light of the fact that people would respond to an advertisement, and then you start visiting with them, and then the first thing you know, you're hearing, well, gee, I'm not interested. Once again, I find that in most cases that ends up being a false objection if you really visit with the people. One of the great responses that I've used over the years would be to ask that question once again, and that would be, gee, what is it that you're not interested in? And then you listen. You listen to the answer. You try to pick up the clues. You find out what they're saying to you. And many people just say, well, I don't know. And oftentimes you can respond back, well, I can understand that you don't know what you're not interested in because I really haven't told you a whole lot about our program to sort of generate the interest. What if I could tell you about an exclusive product that dramatically changes people's health and vitality? Would you have an interest in that if it would help your own vitality? If it's network marketing that you're not interested in, then this program is probably not for you. Once again, we're talking here with an opportunity prospect or contact, okay? If it's network marketing you're not interested, then this program is probably not for you. Do you have an interest in earning more money in a part-time business? You know, it's difficult to be interested in something that you have not seen or learned about. The support group that we have in our company is designed with the part-time business owner in mind. It is to help average people increase their income by sharing ideas and products with other people. You know, our program truly is different from the vast majority of programs out there in the industry. And I can demonstrate that to you very quickly. Oh, could I show you that? And then all of a sudden they say, well, yeah, I would like to see that, but how can you show me that? And see, and they've left their I'm not interested objection that they've thrown you because they've liked how you have spoken with them. I'm not interested response. Well, gee, that surprises me. You must not have been shown the key elements of the business. I'm sure that you would be involved. You really need to look at this information seriously. It's so easy to do that with our website. Hey, have you ever heard about the 20 Club concept? No? Oh, my goodness. Would you be interested in making money in a network marketing home-based business? Would you really like to make money? So see, folks, you're going past that I'm not interested objection. It's probably a false objection. And you are teaching. You're throwing out other ideas to try to get them to respond, and you're putting some bait out there that they can nibble on so that you can come back and you can talk about this. I'm not interested. Well, you know, I don't want to be cute or offensive, but Are you really satisfied with your current standard of living? Do you earn what you're really worth? You responded to an advertisement, our ad about making money, and we often talk about, do you have the free time to enjoy those things that you want to take advantage of? Are you not interested in having a better lifestyle? If you're not, then I know you're not interested. But if you are, what are you going to do to improve your quality of life? So you see, you can, depending on who the person is, I would not use that response on certain individuals. But others, I might need to start a little bit, shake up a little bit, so that I can make some headway and get them to visit with me and not tell me that they want to hang up. Here's an objection that you've heard of. You know, I want to think about it. Once again, a favorite question response when we get this kind of an objection, I always like to ask, because remember, Covey teaches us, seek first to understand before being understood. We want to understand what's going on in the contact's or the prospect's mind. I want to think about it. Wouldn't the natural, smart response be, oh, well, what is it that you want to think about? See, you want to know what they're curious about. You want to know what they want to think about. And you're going to find out what's really going on in their mind. In many cases, I believe that I want to think about it is a legitimate response to a presentation and to our attempts to close people. Because when you think about going out there and finding a business partner and you want them to give you 10 to 15 hours a week of their life, when you want them to purchase product on an ongoing basis and spend $125, $130 a month, then they should be thinking about that, shouldn't they? Particularly if they're thinking about doing the business. So it's a legitimate response that people should think seriously about getting into the business. You need to try to determine from the answer to the question if this is just a stall or a put-off, or if it's a real desire that they want to think about and process. So determine a specific time for your next follow-up phone call. If they tell you that they want to think about the compensation plan and how that works, then you can refer them to the compensation link on the website. If they want to take a closer look at the product, then you can refer to the product categories on the website so that they can take a look at the product. If they want to have more information about the company, then you can direct them. I want to think about it. Simply, what part of the program do you want to think about? Can I help you with more information? I want to think about it. Hey, I can appreciate that very much. You wouldn't want to take time to think it over unless you were serious about the opportunity. What is it that you want to think about? So I think you get the idea, folks, that I want to think about objection gives you a great opportunity to find out what they really want to talk about. I bet you've heard this objection. You know, I don't think that I can afford it, or I don't have the money to get involved tonight. Over the years that I've been prospecting and sponsoring people, I have truly been amazed and have come to understand that the person that really wants to do the business does not throw out the I can't afford it or I don't have the money objection. Because the person that truly is sold, truly has the desire to create the income, truly wants to take the product, knowing that they need the benefits that the product can provide. They find the money. I have seen that happen so many times. You know, I just don't have the money response. You know, it does take a small investment each month to do this business. It's not prohibitive, and you can work it out according to your budget. It's a matter of your decision as to whether you want to make extra money in a part-time business or not. It takes an investment to be in a business. The investment to be in network marketing with our group and with our company opportunity is just about as little as any viable investment opportunity you will find. How much do you think you can allocate to your business each month? You see, they said they don't have the money. Okay, how much can you allocate to your business? But you just don't ask that. You teach them, you educate, you motivate them. You want to try to encourage them to find out if they really do want to have the additional money or not. At some point, most of these people who get on the opportunity list and respond to ads, that they really are searching for a way to make money. I don't think I can afford this. You know, there's no enrollment fee to get started in our program, but as you know, in business, there are expenses. In network marketing, they're usually between $150 and $200. You've said that you would want to make additional money. You're concerned about your job security. Do you still want to prepare for retirement security? So you're going to have to draw on those items of discussion that you had earlier when you were in the give and take in the beginning part of your conversation with this person. You might not say all those three, but there's things that you can talk about. You know, there's no better or easier or less expensive way to get into business than in network marketing. If you don't do this, what are you going to do to increase your income? We truly have got to teach people and help them and keep coming back and encouraging them with regards to the idea of making money. I just don't have the money. All right, now look for the felt found method here, okay? You know, I understand how you feel. Many people have spent their money in network marketing opportunities with no return. I felt that I needed to make sure I would get a financial return for my efforts. And after analysis, appropriate analysis, I found that our support group and our company have created a program for the part-timer, just like you. For the beginner, big purchase requirements are not a part of this program. There's no enrollment fee, a small cost for materials that are simple and they get results and they assisted me in getting started. It's really easy to qualify for overrides, and the product are items that I want to use anyway and I need to use every day because I am very interested in the health and the vitality and in strengthening my immune system, and our products do that. If you don't do this with me, what are you going to do to earn the money that you want? You know, let's go take a look at our powerful website that we have for marketing, and I think that you'll start to get a feel that you really can do this. Folks, lots of times the objections are false objections. Here's one that I often love to hear. You know, I have a job and I can't do the business full time. Well, hey, that's quite okay. You don't need to do the business full time. In fact, I wouldn't want you to quit your job unless you wanted to at the appropriate time. You shouldn't even think of doing that until your bonus checks are equal or in excess of your current income. But this is a legitimate business for part-timers, and particularly the way that our support group and our company have structured the program. We are different from the vast majority of companies in the industry. Have you been involved in network marketing before? Most people begin this business and do this business on a part-time basis. In fact, about 95% of the participants in the industry are part-time. So, folks, that's a great comment because some folks might have the feeling that we are looking for full-time participants. And once again, I believe that's the negative and untrue propaganda of the industry out there. Many of those heavy hitter distributors from other programs, they prospect only for full-time participants because they know that the part-timers cannot succeed in their program. Here's an objection. I don't have any experience in network marketing. Response. I know how you feel. When I first started network marketing, I didn't have any experience either. What I found is that with our support group, we have a support organization that provides several total turnkey systems that allow inexperienced people to do the business and to learn as they go. Our support group is a comprehensive distributor support organization. It extends from marketing and recruiting techniques all the way to training. You will learn and earn as you do this business. That's what I like about the business. And of course, as your sponsor, I'm here to support you and to help you. Hey, here's a second response. Hey, it's okay that you don't have any experience. Our program, and particularly our support organization, provide you the necessary tools and techniques and training to help you be the success you want to be in the business. The majority of people that get involved don't have network marketing or sales experience, but are doing fine. If we can do it, you can do it too. Hey, let me take you to this link on our website and demonstrate to you our Getting Started in the Business program and show you how it's a step-by-step program that anybody can duplicate, and even when you go find your first business partner, you can also utilize the website and direct people to that same system. So, folks, you see that we've covered some 10 or 12 objections, maybe not even that many, maybe 5 or 6, but certainly I've thrown different kinds of responses. Here's a very common response. I don't have time, or it might come at you like, I'm too busy. On this particular response, I've got some 8 different responses. Why have I taken the time to put more than one response to a given objection? Well, it's because we have different personalities, folks, and I might have thrown out a couple of ways to overcome an objection tonight that you might say, I could never say that. I just could never do it that way. Oh, well, yeah, the second one that David told me, I could use that one, but not. I could never do the first one that he did there. And we recognize that, folks. There is not just one set way to overcome any of these objections. But in studying the various responses, it certainly gives you additional training and resources upon which you can fall back on so that you can become effective at overcoming the objections. The key thing is to identify the 15 objections that you are going to receive. Standard objection that they might be using to test you, or that they often just drive the inexperienced folks away. I don't have time. Response. You know, I know you're busy, and that's why I thought of you. Busy people like yourself are the ones who are successful and get things done. You'll appreciate the time leveraging aspect of the business. If I can show you how your time is not the limiting factor, would you be interested in taking a look at how to make additional income? Here's another response. This is a great business for busy people because you can work as little or as much as you want to. You can fit into our support group and our company's opportunity, and you can fit it into your current schedule. You can actually do the business at wherever you are and whatever rate you want to. This is often conversational selling. It's referral marketing. It's networking, and we have opportunities to network just during the normal course of our day. Here's another response: I'm too busy. You know, use of your time is a function of your priorities. I'm not asking for 40 or 50 hours a week. This is a part-time business opportunity. Do you have only 10 hours a week to devote? That's about the minimum time that it makes sense to put into a business like network marketing for it to be financially successful for folks. It does take some time, there's no question about that, but I can also help you and support your efforts. Perhaps we can evaluate your activities and find some time that you can alter from current things that you're doing that might not be as important to you now that you see that you have to provide money for your retirement years. I bet you could carve out the necessary time, and certainly with our great institutional support system, our group, you can develop a business and have the group help train your people and support your people. And so this doesn't take near the quantity of time that you might think it does. Folks, we've gone for about an hour on our call tonight. I think that I've got another 15 objections here, and certainly we will want to review those at a time. And I'm going to, over the next few weeks, make certain that I update this objections handout so that we can provide it in the members area, because it will be a great training chapter for you. It will be outstanding information that you'll just learn a whole lot about the business, and you can develop much greater confidence and assurance that you, in fact, are capable of overcoming objections. It's a big part of our business. Objections should not be feared. I've always felt that if the individual is not objecting, then they're probably not listening and they probably don't care, because people have questions and people want further explanation of things. Folks, this is David Nelson with Network Marketing Success University. We're delighted that you've been on our conference call tonight. We appreciate your attendance. We hope that you're tracking your progress with your advancement towards your diploma. We certainly want to provide that diploma so that you can hang it up on your wall, send some out this week to people, and are delighted to do that.